The unfitness of a mature man for a relationship can be determined by just 2 points. In this video, we'll talk about how to determine if a man is, let's say, not suitable for a relationship, and here there are only 2 points on which a happy, strong relationship will be based. And this is what my video is about. This is the first moment: emotional immaturity and lack of responsibility. A man may be mature in age, but he may be absolutely emotionally immature. That is, he has not yet, let's say, grown up to a strong relationship, a happy relationship. He doesn't yet understand that in a relationship, you need to give yourself. For example, he only wants to take or wants things to go his way, exactly how he wants them, and nothing else. And that can lead to all sorts of problems. That is, an emotionally immature man. What he does, he cannot, for example, control his emotions. He cannot be responsible for his actions. That is, he did it impulsively. He himself does not know how he came to this. Well, he just did it. He just wanted to. He blew up, he yelled. He can show excessive jealousy, anger. He can't manage his emotions. So, what are the signs that indicate an emotionally immature man? This unwillingness to discuss problems is actually a very important factor when a man tries to avoid issues. So, they discussed some kind of problem in the relationship, talked it over. The man heard his woman's thoughts. The woman heard her man's thoughts. And this is an emotionally mature couple. They didn't discuss it. They understood. They felt, for example, each other's pain. They understood that this is not suitable for their relationship. Emotionally immature man. He will not listen and hear. He does not want to solve problems. He does not need it. He is still at that childhood age when he just wants, for example, to just live, and not bear, for example, responsibility for anything. Impulsive behavior. Again, I wanted to do what came to mind. That is, they were planning, for example, with a partner to go somewhere. He changed all plans because he wanted to. He impulsively left. Somewhere, like on vacation, or impulsively went out with friends to spend time and forgot about all the agreements. So, this is impulsive behavior. It again characterizes an immature personality. Lack of self-control. So, he can show excessive anger, hurt, and jealousy. Any destructive emotions can be overwhelming. He will only see his side. He will not put himself in the place of his companion. He will only want things to be the way he said, the way he wanted them to be. And these emotions that are out of control, this inability to see things from the other side, to hear your partner, and only the way I said it, that's again an emotionally immature personality. This also includes the unwillingness to take responsibility. That is, if a person is immature, then a priori he cannot take on any responsibility. A person who is formed and mature, he understands that he is responsible for everything he does. A partner comes into the picture, and he takes on some responsibility for her. A family appears, and he is responsible for the children, for the relationships. A job appears. A person is responsible, for example, for what he does at work. So, an emotionally immature person doesn't really get this. They think everything should just work out on its own, without their involvement, and he will avoid commitments, shifting the blame onto others. So, something happened emotionally. An immature person will never admit his mistakes, because it is difficult for him. Only strong people, dolts they, know how to admit their mistakes, to say that yes, this is really my mistake, I am guilty, this is a sign of strength. So here it is. An emotionally immature person will never admit it, will always blame someone, will always find someone to blame, will know it himself, for example, but will still find someone to blame in order to feel somehow easier. And this also includes the desire to just go with the flow. So there's no need to do anything. Everything will somehow just fall into place. Settle down. This desire to not take any action at all. No job? Well, no job. It'll somehow just work itself out. The desire to just go with the flow again shows immaturity. What do such relationships lead to? So, how will relationships develop with an emotionally immature person? The relationships will be unpredictable and unstable. A woman needs confidence, and an emotionally mature man provides that confidence. When a woman feels at ease and calm next to a man, it says a lot. That is, she feels his maturity, and she feels that the man will bear some responsibility, that the man is serious, formed, and this gives her an inner sense of calm with an emotionally immature man. She'll feel like she's sitting on a powder keg, never knowing when it's going to blow up or when things are going to go off. So that's the first sign. And here, over time, the accumulation of negativity occurs, since problems are not resolved in relationships with an immature person. Because they don't want to deal with them, so they pile up, they accumulate somewhere, and at some point, the negativity grows to such an extent that either it all just spills out, or the woman distances herself for a while. And it's just a matter of time before the woman decides to break things off. We talked about the first point, and now the second point is the unwillingness to invest in the relationship. This is another indicator that the man is not fit. And what do I mean by the word investment? Investment is any contribution a man makes to the relationship, meaning everything he does for the woman, for the family, for the kids, everything he puts in. This includes emotional investment, financial support, and personal effort. So, when a man is fully committed to the relationship, he focuses on his family. He works hard for them, and he cares about the future of the kids. He cares about his woman. That's what investment is, putting an effort and care into the relationship. He cares about his woman. So that's what investment is, putting an effort into the relationship. But there are men who only want to take and not give anything back in return. So they're used to living off others. So if a man isn't investing in the relationship, and we also consider egocentrism, what happens then? So the first one, lack of time and attention. This is the first way a man shows himself who doesn't want to invest in the relationship. So he doesn't spend time with his wife, for example, or with his family. He doesn't pay attention. And that's the first investment he fails to make. Next, lack of emotional support. In such relationships, a woman feels alone. She feels like she's the only one responsible for the family. She feels like she has a huge responsibility. And this feeling of loneliness in a couple is a common indicator that there is a man nearby who does not invest in the relationship. So, next to him, a woman realizes that she can only count on herself. Next, ignoring the partner's needs. So here, the man is completely focused only on his own needs. He doesn't care about what his partner needs. He makes decisions the way he thinks is necessary. He doesn't consult or talk it over. He does everything in a way that's best for him and what's more convenient for him and how his partner feels. Well, let's just say, doesn't really interest him much. This also includes the lack of empathy. That is, such a man, he will never sympathize and sympathize. That is, he does not invest in the relationship in any way. Something happened to you, and you realize that perhaps you don't even want to tell him anything because either you won't hear any support, or perhaps you'll also hear criticism, that you're somehow different. And here we also include any manipulation and control. So a man who doesn't want to, let's say, invest quality time in the relationship, still needs to keep a woman around so she doesn't go anywhere because it's convenient for him. So he will manipulate and control in every way possible to avoid losing his comfort, for example. What will such relationships lead to? Such relationships will give that very feeling of loneliness, but specifically for the woman. And here's the thing about how long she will live like this. So at some point, she might say, that's it, enough, I don't want this anymore. And such relationships can fall apart. Breaking trust. There will be no trust in this couple because where manipulation, control, pressure are used, there is no trust. There is a feeling of dishonesty. Any manipulation that is used towards a person is always felt by the person, and the woman who is being manipulated will gradually stop trusting without even realizing how this is happening. But at some point, she will stop believing the man. We all know that the foundation of any relationship is trust. So, when the foundation crumbles, the relationship will naturally fall apart too. That's all I have for this video. This was me, Elisa Vardomskaya. I hope for your likes and subscriptions. Leave a comment about what you'd like to discuss in my new videos. Don't forget to hit the bell.